So, toll, dass alle noch da sind. Ich habe gerade von dem spanischen Saxophonquartett gehört, dass in Spanien manchmal die Leute auch in der Pause alle abhauen. Das ist ja hier jetzt ganz offensichtlich nicht der Fall. Bei mir sind jetzt Ernst Surberg, der Pianist und Keyboarder vom Ensemble Musik, ganz am Rand Marisol Jiménez, Komponistin des zweiten Stückes vorhin, und in der Mitte Pedro González Fernández, Komponist und virtuoser Elektroniker, das hat man ja auch gerade gesehen. Und wir schalten jetzt so ein bisschen zwischen Englisch und Deutsch hin und her. Marisol, let's start with you. Your piece is written for saxophone quartet and live electronics, and we've all listened to it, but I think we might not have understood the mechanisms of the sounds. So to me it felt like some sort of feedback system, but could you elaborate a little bit on the setup with the electronics?
Sure. Is that all? This way of working with electronics is actually quite simple in a way. I'm only working with feedback that it goes straight from a transducer and the relationship from the transducer and a speaker.
A bit closer, perhaps.
Some years ago, I created this kind of instrument that is built basically connecting directly with a metal spring, a transducer and a speaker, and basically it just creates this feedback between the two, and you can control it somehow, although it's very, very difficult to control. I mean, Pedro did a fantastic job, but it's really quite difficult to control it. But he has this very tactile way of working with sound, which I'm very fan of. In generally in my music, I'm searching for this also in the way I compose, but especially in the electronics, it's something that it fascinates me, just how you can actually get a more body experience, like you really like a tactile experience of the sound itself, and with this way you can literally really feel the vibrations on your skin, and actually you use your skin as to transmit the energy. So what Pedro had actually a little ring connected to his finger, and he had to touch the transducer to transmit the energy to actually produce the sound. So you really feel and use your body as part of the instrument, and this is something that I've been working on developing. It's in a way a simple way of connecting both somehow the body experience of creating electronics sound, and also has a similar sometimes. The sound itself, it fits really well with some of the saxophone sounds in a way that you can even tell somehow what would be, like coming from saxophone or from feedback. And this is something I wanted, some kind of really integrated type of sound world.
And the piece is called Sed Libera. Mm-hmm. What does the title mean?
It's a metaphor that comes, it was inspired, the title itself, in this poem by a Mexican poet. I'm Mexican, and Octavio Paz, perhaps you know, some of you know his work, has a poem that talks about, or describes the thirst of being thirsty for the sea as something that is unlimited or endless, and I imagine this as something that really is like this drive for experience, for knowledge, for mostly for liberating oneself of all those things that keep us from growing as human beings. And it's been actually, I think, in the last years, a motive on my work. I tend to go through these phases. I don't know if everybody has different process, but as an artist, I tend to have these 3 to 5 years of focusing in a particular kind of theme, and this has been a theme for me, this search for liberation of one's own oppression, which comes from all our own limitations or mental chains in a way, because I feel like there's so much problem in the world always, but we can only start with ourselves by freeing ourselves, by being more free and more full of love and peace to bring that expression to the world, and basically that's more of the motivation is like a self-discovery of this path of finding light and finding peace.
Thank you. Ernst, so ein bisschen genereller zum heutigen Abend. Ihr arbeitet ja schon länger mit Klexos zusammen. Seit wann denn eigentlich und was bedeutet das überhaupt, Zusammenarbeit?
Jetzt muss ich kurz mal nachdenken. Also die Zusammenarbeit mit Klexos geht, glaube ich, 3-4 Jahre zurück. Was das bedeutet, dass beide Ensembles verfügen über eine Heimat und man tauscht sich aus, man lädt sich ein, man öffnet seine Türen und lässt sozusagen das eigene Publikum, das man zu Hause hat, wie wir jetzt hier, mit den Gästen zusammenkommen. Man gibt dem Austausch eine Chance.
Jetzt ist es ja so, jetzt haben wir Stücke gehört, die sowohl für das eine und dann aber auch für das andere Ensemble waren. Es ist ja jetzt aber auch heute Abend so, dass die Ensembles zusammenarbeiten und so ein Ensemble, gerade wenn es lang gewachsen ist wie Mosaik, das ist ja so ein bisschen auch wie eine Familie eigentlich. Also es gibt so spezielle soziale Dynamiken, alle haben so bestimmte Rollen und es ist sehr eingespielt. Wie funktioniert das dann, wenn man gemeinsam musikalisch arbeitet? Muss man da erstmal eine gemeinsame Sprache finden oder funktioniert das von ganz alleine?
Naja, erstmal ist ja Musik ein bisschen wie Mathematik eine universelle Sprache und wir haben es nicht komplett verlernt, mit anderen Musikern zusammenzuarbeiten, nur weil wir jetzt schon seit 25 Jahren in einem Probenraum zusammenhocken bei Mosaik. Also das geht schon, das ist gar nicht so problematisch. Aber was man merkt, ist, dass jede Gruppe anders funktioniert und dass das Quartett von Klexos hat eine ganz andere Dynamik, hat eine andere Feinabstimmung untereinander und wie sie Sachen organisieren und durchführen. Das ist anders, als wir das machen. Und man sieht das dann, wenn man zusammenarbeitet, eigentlich, dass man im Grunde doch in 2 Gruppen arbeitet. Also diese Metagruppe, die bildet sich dann für Momente. Aber die Strukturen, die jeder mitbringt, und das ist auch das Wertvolle, wie man etwas organisiert, wie man kommuniziert und wie man auch irgendwie konzis und zielgerichtet kommuniziert, ohne dass es zu sehr ausufert, das macht dann jeder eigentlich unter sich. Und die Ergebnisse werden dann mehr so ausgetauscht. So ist mein Eindruck. Shall we speak English, maybe? Because if you want to react, yeah.
We could also switch to English. You said in an email you wrote me in advance. You spoke of a provocative setting. What did you mean by that? Did you mean the whole evening or the last piece that we hear by Pedro?
I just referred to the last piece, and I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay, so Pedro perhaps knows what to spoil and what not. So perhaps we can hand over the mic to him. Pedro, your piece is the last piece in this concert, and it's a first performance, and it's written particularly for this combination of 2 ensembles, right?
Yeah. So the piece had a previous version that we did in Galicia 1 year ago, more or less, and it has developed a bit. The original idea was, okay, I want to do a piece with these 2 ensembles, but I want to somehow keep the identity of the ensembles there, not just a group of musicians playing together, but just really having Mosaik and Klexos, and then thinking, okay, what does it mean? What does it mean to be part of Mosaik? What does it mean to be part of Klexos? What are the identity and like clues about these 2 ensembles? And the way to put these ideas in context was for me to first learn about ensembles. So I know Klexos quite a bit, but I didn't know Mosaik. So we did some meetings. I came with some questions about their personal relationships and things that happen in the group. And then from there, one of the questions I had was, what would be the perfect Mosaic musician? So if you will now need to have a new member come into the ensemble, what would be the identity of this person that represents the best who you are as Mosaic? And from that question, I thought, okay, maybe the piece could be about that. Maybe they are looking for a new saxophone player, and maybe Klaffs are applying for this job, and maybe the whole piece is about, okay, finding out which of the Klaffs members is more, suitable for Mosaic. So that was the beginning, the first idea. And then I realized in the first time we did the concert 1 year ago that it was not very interesting for Mosaic because it was super focused on Klaffs. They were competing, they were showing their skills, technical skills, personal skills. But Mosaic were mostly playing like background music to that, and I thought, okay, I should change that, and instead of being Klaffs competing to go in Mosaic, maybe it's Klaffs and Mosaic, they compete, and the audience decides which ensemble is the best.
So that is why the piece is called Duel, not duo, but duel, like duel.
Maybe I gave too much, yeah. So, shit.
Anything else you want to spoil? Or?
No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. And viel Spaß.